All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor and the privilege to to introduce the big guy of the meet, the real big guy, but also the big girl, because Mr. Karl Erik Tuff and Trude Swickham, they've been running around all the time, everywhere, with all kind of tours and. Tell us quickly, first of all, what you're doing here. Then we talk a little bit about old days, which is coming. But you are the meet director officially.
I guess I hopefully just do the meet director. Hopefully, I just do the meet director duties and trying to run this meet as efficient as possible with the resources we have. And we have some nice judges, nice competitors, and a real nice committee and volunteers that helps it out.
Okay, Trude, what are you doing?
Whatever Karl Erik tells me to do.
No, two assistants now. You introduced me to another assistant.
Yeah, Vibeke is the real assistant.
Oh, Vibeke.
She's really experienced when it comes to running competitions.
So what's written on your card? What are you officially?
No, it doesn't say. I'm the team liaison. So if they have questions, they can come to me. I think I've introduced myself to all the teams, but if not, here I am. If you have questions, come to me first. Don't go directly to the meet director. You can come to me and I'll try to help you. Yeah.
And we have to say, just now to get to the point, that they both really know what they're doing, because Karl Erik Tuff is a member of the former D-Land Norgis. Now it's Norgis and Norgics.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like this. And Trude was in the Polaris team, the national team in for women, about 10 years ago. It was over, I guess. After Dubai, it was over, kind of, right?
Yeah, we went back to Dubai in 2013 for not an official competition, but the competitions they used to have in Dubai.
So, they won the bronze medal in Dubai. That was a grande finale of the Norwegian four-wheel women team. Now we have a new four-wheel women team in Norway, and of course Karl Erik is involved, somehow engaged with that too. Your daughter Christiane is in the team.
Yes, she is in the team, and together with Silvana Dish, the young girl that took the oath on behalf of the competitors yesterday. Alice Solberg, she's a new member.
How old is she?
She's 26, Alice Solberg, and she joined the team in May this year. And she had only 42 jumps May 5th this year. And she was intermediate class, or as we say it in Norway, during the indoor nationals in March, doing her first competition in March this year. And then we have Camilla Manor, who is 31 year now in August.
31? That's old.
Yeah, compared to Silvana, but she's young and she's strong.
But that's not the youngest yet, right?
No.
Silvana, she's only 18.
Yeah,
and she was actually competing at the Indoor European Championship in 4-way junior in 2018. So she's been doing 4-way.
And then how old is Christiane now?
She's 24 years.
So she's like Annika, right? So
Yeah.
they're both 24.
Mm.
Yeah, and do you have good big plans with them too? Bronze medals eventually down the road, maybe more than that?
Yeah, we did get a silver medal with my previous team.
Oh, you did silver in Dubai? Or what?
No, but back when we started with 4-way women, I
2003.
was on that, 2001, 2003.
Yeah.
We got
that's
silver
right.
medals.
Yeah, I forgot about
I
that.
So they will have to win to beat us.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And that is 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time runs.
So
Well, I can tell you, you said you were trying to do the best you can for this meeting and so forth. I have heard only the very best things, so at least that is kind of out of the way.
okay, thank you.
And I have to say myself, I mean, it's a very nice place. Where do you live, Trude?
I live here in Voss.
You live in Voss?
Yes, since 2012.
You told me that one day, across the wind tunnel somewhere on the river.
Yeah, you know, yesterday when we were having the opening ceremony, if you don't go back to town but you continue on that gravel road, you come to the river, and then I live very next to the river. So 10-minute walk from downtown.
So this is really your home drop zone. You're closer to the other drop zone in...
However, I did my first civilian skydive here in 88.
Here?
Yeah, September 88.
You're kidding?
So
it was already a drop zone there?
Yeah, it was this club was started in 1978. So it has been a drop zone since 1978 and more a professional drop zone since year 2000. And Vibeke, the assistant meet director, she was one of two ladies who started this more professional drop zone in 2000.
And that was what you lived in Oslo, and you had to travel here then anyway.
I was a student in Bergen in '88, so this was kind of one of my home drop zones.
No, I mean, I cannot imagine that there's another place as scenic or beautiful, you know, like this. I have to say, I've seen a lot of drop zones, obviously. Yeah. That's pretty. I've never been at the one in Switzerland at Locarno. So it's kind of scenic too. But I'm very impressed. But not only that, it's the logistics, the facilities. My favorite place is the climbing area and the cottage area there and the workout area.
Yeah, all of that is thanks to the daily manager Andreas.
Yeah.
He's made all of this happen. If you were here 10 years ago, it didn't look like this at all.
There's a couple of persons you really have to thank in this club, I think, and of course Andreas Hemley is definitely one of them. Was lifted
and
this
his
place.
staff, of course,
Lifted this place. Then there are three guys that kind of built this building. Egil By, the guy with the beard out there. You can go and see him afterwards, looking like Santa Claus, and a local farmer, Alf Kåren, and a guy who's called Stian Hansen. Those three guys really built this clubhouse. And then Vibeke and Annik and two ladies started up the full time. And then of course you have Even Rokne. You probably know Even Rokne, the guy behind the in-hops.
Oh no! Well, no, I'm not doing in-hops, so I'm not. So
you should do in-hops. Good going in. You should go.
No, I would like to do the one with the waterfalls where you're flying across somewhere. So that's something I would love to do. But I think that's my travel day when the next one is happening. Ouch! Oh well, what can you do? And then you also Andreas.
Yeah.
Andreas, you also built the perfect location for the fun flag.
And here he is.
Yeah.
Andreas.
Climbing tower.
We're giving you compliments on that.
Is it hidden on the...
Come here for a second in front of the camera here so people can see. Okay. This is the camera here.
He used to be a VFS competitor.
Yeah.
So that's one we have been talking about, or they have been talking
and
about.
And
wingsuit. So
you built the perfect place for the fun flag.
Great.
You know, the climbing rock.
Yeah.
And I love climbing too, so that yesterday the fun flag, that's where the whole fun flag story began this time. You know the fun flag, not many people
There are
know
many
this.
hiding spots here, I think.
Yeah. But this is such a nice climbing tower. Anyway, wonderful job with a drop zone. I'm very impressed, myself. But, we want to talk to you though, not, that's I hear this from everybody though. So that's good thing to do. Congratulations.
Yeah, we have a good team here, and this wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for these two. Because we were, the World Cup.
It's running like a machine, and I hear that this is not even, it's not even a team place. It's more like a fun jumping event place, right? So the operation here, I mean, I'm sure it's not that difficult. Teams are easy to handle, but usually it's more like a boogie event, fun jumping place, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And because we usually have one plane that we rent, but sometimes we have two and we have big events. So we can scale up and have teams train here, but then we have to make a decision to increase the capacity.
I have actually only one complaint really, and it's a serious complaint. You may laugh about it or not, but your beer is way too expensive.
Yeah. But now with the kroner is so weak, it's not that expensive anymore, no?
And
With the
there's
wine.
a lot
Bars,
of
yeah,
local.
yeah.
I mean, if you get to know the locals better, a lot of them brew their own. So
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can get it for
It's like
free.
in Finland, they do this in when they come to the drop zone, they have their bags. Then they walk into the forest and hide their bags somewhere. So it's a similar thing. So you do the same here. Buy your beer, bring it somewhere, hide it, and then drink it. Okay, thanks for the hint. Everybody knows now if you come to Foss, bring your beer.
Yeah, the bars are expensive, the beer in
Yeah.
bars. It's like $10 for a beer.
And that is a relatively good price. In the hotel, it's like $25 for a beer. 20.
No.
Yeah.
Nah.
I had an
200.
IPA there the other day.
Yeah, how
Yes.
big was that?
I was
2
shocked.
liters?
Barely like this. So
Yeah.
anyway, I'm just joking, of course.
Maybe you were drunk.
From one beer, are you kidding me? I'm old, but I need a few more, I guess. Anyway, so Carl Eric, I was kind of laughing a little bit the other day. You know, when we talked before I came here, everybody does it as a skydiver. You look at the weather situation and all that kind of stuff. And when I checked it from Florida, you know, not from your locals, I thought, oh my shoot, that would be a difficult meet to have. And then we talked about the weather, you know, and I came here a little bit and I said that, and you didn't even blink. You know, he didn't react to me, you know, me saying, well, the way, yes, I guess you locals say you really know your weather. I mean, it's pretty
The
amazing.
forecast scared us a bit as well.
Oh,
but
too,
this
yeah?
summer
Okay.
it has tend to predict worse than it ends up being. So, but we didn't like what we saw 2 weeks ago. So yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago was about the time when I started checking it.
Yeah.
But he didn't react to it. When I talked about it, he said,
Inside he did. He just didn't show it to you. Yeah.
To be honest, I wasn't that concerned. Of course, I was a bit worried, but because the weather, sometimes, of course, you get unlucky. Like last year's nationals, it was a tough meet. So of course, it could turn out to be bad, but for some reason, I had a good feeling. But of course, you're always concerned.
yeah, I mean, it's a part of our
Yeah.
sports. The good thing is also that, you know, whoever is coming here, they all have enough jumps and experiences to know that weather is weather.
Yeah.
There's not really much you can do about it. So that was kind of funny, you know, it didn't seem to bother you. And so I thought, well, it's probably one of those weather holes, areas where the mountains and whatever, you know, create a weather situation where you can have good weather even though the rest
But
is...
you know who built this airport?
No.
The Germans. I bet I did some research before I placed it here.
Is anything they're not doing research on? I'm glad I'm not living there anymore.
But I think it was an airport before the Germans, but definitely they fixed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. No, I didn't know this. They also, you know, they built the wind tunnel in Bedford. There was
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
those.
yeah.
So interesting. Anyway, so this year, I mean, when I came here also, one of the things we talked a little bit about the weather, and then the other thing we talked about was like your agenda. He gave me a pretty detailed report of his time frame at that time. So it was not only that for probably half a year you've been working 24 hours on getting this with Andreas helps, of course, and now getting everything ready for here. You have your family. You were jumping with Agera to help out at the work before a little bit. Christian is jumping again, family stuff, and then you have a full-time job. You are a surgeon, right? Or, I mean, you're a doctor, surgeon, or
I'm an internist, specialist in internal medicine and nephrology. So I work with kidneys.
yeah, it's
and
kind
kidney
of
diseases.
a full-time job. You know,
Yeah.
you're working a little bit for that.
I do.
So, and then at the same time, I said earlier, you basically need this stuff too. I mean, your sleeping schedule is like, what, 4 hours maybe a day.
6 or 7. Like,
6 or 7.
yeah.
But then the rest of it is not like me. I take a nap here and there. I have 6-7 hours sleep, and then I take a nap when I get tired. No, that the rest of it is minute by minute by minute.
I guess I don't have many minutes left. That's correct.
You have to use your time efficiently. So how is he? Is he still, let's say, acceptable as a boss? You know, when everything goes by the minute. You know, is he is he nice about it?
I think for this job it's perfect because it's a lot of details that needs to work, and he's calculating and planning in detail, and like running the event with all the teams and all the timings and all the planes and all that stuff. To bother sitting down and making the detailed plan is key, so you can make it run. It's sensitive to changes, and you have to have made the maths before.
4 years ago, he already knew how many minutes airtime he needed to be able to complete the meet with that number of teams. Yeah, so he's very into details. It's good.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've known him for a few years too, so I know that he knows what he's doing, kind of. Carl-Erik, are you jumping?
Yes,
I mean, do you have training plans for the Nordics ready for the next 4 years too, like day by day? And
for the next year we have training plans.
Month by
you
month.
have? Yeah, great.
We have training plans. For the fall, we're gonna go 2 times to in October and November. We're gonna go to Lille and have Ray Jansen as coach from Hayabusa, because we're gonna learn to fly again. Because we're a little bit old-fashioned style. So
You are kidding.
yeah, so we have to learn to fly again, and we started with Andy Groves last year in November in Ampere Brava. So we changed a lot. So we slowed a little bit down and get a more proper modern technique. We are dinosaurs when it comes to technique, just to be honest. So we hopefully gonna pick up a little bit again.
And Trude, are you getting your team together too again?
I don't think I'm going to skydive, but I still fly in the tunnel. I mean, I used to be the manager in Mosvin, and I'm still involved with the operations. So yeah, and it's 5 minutes from my house.
Yeah, exactly. So why would you not do it? So are you talking about the original lineup? I mean, Lisa
At the moment we are 5 on Nordics, because we need 5 people to make sure that we can be 4 in a competition.
every team needs that.
So we had a fun story. Lisa was not out of the team, but she was too busy to train with us. She had horses with her daughter. So Ole Petter Gjelle from Arcteryx joined us, Torstein Valen and Paul Kolbenstedt. So we have been training a little bit for 2 years in the wind tunnel and done a couple of jumps, not many. And this year Lisa said she wanted to join us again. So for this year's nationals we had Lisa as an alternate, and we needed her because Ole Petter had to take off Friday before the competition was ended due to job duties. And Lisa came in and did her first team jump in 6 years in round 6. And she did great.
There's no reason not to do it. You know, if you're, that's a good thing about our sport. You know, all you need is be relatively healthy and in shape. The rest doesn't matter. So that is fantastic. I didn't know. I was joking. You know, if you have your plans ready for the next years, but here we go. They are not. So what happens if you're winning again? And Agera, I mean, you have a national team, and for opening event, are you going to the World Meet then?
No. They are the national team, and I don't.
They won the nationals.
Yeah, they won them. Agera won.
Yeah, and Agera won it.
But they're young. They're just getting better.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's
But
true,
the
but
Norwegian system is like if you have a national team,
That's the national team. Simple as that.
Yeah, I know that.
But of course, we will try our best to give them a good competition. Simple as that.
And it would be a shame, you know, if they're not winning. So there's pressure for them, you know, not for you.
We're just having fun.
Yeah. And the plans for Tyra, for Christianus? team, they're going to the World Meet next year.
That's the plan, yes, that's correct.
And then do they have a longer plan for a longer time period after that?
The World Meet is the first goal, and then we'll take it from there.
Hopefully. All right. Well, do you have anything that the world should know about the event and about anything that you have been doing here, except for what I already said and what I hear from all the people?
No. Oh yes. Hope to. I would just address all the competitors and judges and thank them for a great meet so far and all the volunteers. And I hope to see you all in Voss or some other drop zone in Norway in the future. So please come and see us in Norway next year as well.
We have learned that that he's telling the truth, so I can only say the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for doing all this, putting this event together, which is extremely enjoyable. And good luck with the weather for the remainder of the meet.
Thank you.
Thanks.